Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Coffee here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to do a waffle stitch and crochet. A waffle stitch and crochet is exactly how it sounds. It looks like a waffle. This can be a great project for washcloths or even scarves or blankets. So get out your yarn and work along with me. So today I'm going to be using some Red Heart Super Saver. It's easily accessible at any Walmart or, well, most Walmarts or on Amazon. I'm also going to be using an ergonomic hook that is a 5.5 millimeter hook. And then I'm also going to use some scissors just to finish off my project with. So I'm just going to be doing a swatch with you today just to show you how to get it done. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the tail end and the working end, which is coming from the skein. You're going to put it on your finger to make a loop. Once you make this loop, you're then going to twirl your finger around in a circle shape. Once you do that, stick your finger through there, pinch that working yarn to make your slip stitch, okay? We're going to put our hook on our slip stitch. Now the waffle stitch is worked in multiples of 3 and then you add 4. The adding 4 will come in later. I will tell you about that. So once you get that on there, we can tighten this up a little bit. I didn't want to tighten up. Not too tight though, because you do have to work back through these stitches. So we're going to loosen it up just a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to do a multiple of 3. So let's do 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, 24 is a multiple of 3, and then we're going to add 4 more. So 24 already on our hook, so we're going to go to 28, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, so now you should have a chain of 28. If at any time during this video you feel like you're overwhelmed or need to take a minute to take a step back, feel free to pause, rewind, rewatch, and take a deep breath while you're doing this so you don't get overly agitated. Not everyone learns at the same pace, and that just means that you'll have to stop the video or rewind it or rewatch it, and that's just okay. You work at the pace that is comfortable for you. You don't have to keep up with anybody but yourself. So with that said, 28 stitches or 28 chains we made so far. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet into the second chain. So we're going to bring you down a little bit. So our first chain would be here, right? So we're going to go into this chain right here. So we're going to do a double crochet into that chain, and this is why you don't want those chains to be too tight, because you have to work back through them. So once you get to this point, of course, as you normally do with a double crochet, you're going to do it like that, okay? Now you're going to do a double crochet the whole length of the rest of this. So let's keep doing our double crochets all the way down to the end. All right, then we're going to do that last one together. Now, when you get to this point, you're going to want to stop and count your stitches. So your V shapes here, you're going to want to stop and count those. You should have 26, okay? You should have 26 where the posts are, and then you'll have like this little side piece over here. That is because it's still a multiple of 3. And then that add 1, if you count that last one being 27, that last one is just going to be for your turning from here on out. Okay, because remember we did 24 and then added 3 or 4 stitches to get to this point. Okay, so we're going to turn our work and we're going to chain 1. This is where the waffle stitch starts. So you're going to do the waffle stitch in a way that you want it to look like a waffle. So two stitches have to be raised and two stitches have to be, or one stitch has to be raised, two stitches have to be put back. So we're going to yarn over, and instead of going into the stitch, we're going to go behind the stitch. So behind, up, like this. So you're going to go down in between and come up. We're going to yarn over just like you would a normal double crochet. Just like that. Okay? Your next stitch is going to call for you to go into the stitch. So this stitch that we did on the post of the last stitch before is going to hide the stitch so that you're not going behind it. You don't want to go behind it. You should go right next to it. So right next to it, yarn over, do your double crochet in that next one, and then do one more, because this is worked in like a multiple of 3. Okay, so that's your 3 steps. On the post, 2 up top. Okay, so let's do that again. We're going to yarn over. We're going to go down between the 2 posts here. So down between this 2 posts. Then go underneath and then come back up. So only that 1 post is on your hook. And then you're going to treat it as if that's a stitch and just do your double crochet. Okay. And then you're going to do 2 more double crochets, 1, 2. So 1 here. Then 1 here. And you're going to complete doing this the whole way down to the end of your project. So going underneath the post there. And then doing 2 double crochets normally in the stitch. Then go down below the post and up, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then 2 double crochets here. Making sure that you're going into the next ones and not into the same ones. You're going to complete your entire row like this. And I'll meet you when you get to the other side. Now do keep in mind, again, we all learn at different pace. So if you need to stop, rewind, and rewatch this, or just pause it to get to the end, feel free to do that. And I'll meet you at the end of this row. All right, and now we're down to our last couple. So we're going to do the 2 double crochets here. 1, 2. And then for this last one, we're going to go around the post like that. But then for this last stitch here, this turning chain, we're just going to double crochet into the stitch like you would if you were just going to repeat this. So you're going to go to the top of that stitch and go in, do your normal double crochet. Okay. So then your project should look like this. You can already tell the texture of it being raised up. So it's 1 around the post, 2 on top of the normal stitch. Okay, and it just repeats that the whole way across. Now the reason we chose this number is because this is a good dishcloth size. So if you wanted to continue working on this, it's not just a swatch, it's about the size of a dishcloth. So feel free to keep working on this even after the tutorial's over, to keep practicing to get that muscle memory of remembering how to do it. So we're going to move up to the next row while you're doing that. So we're going to just do a chain here, 1 chain, and then turn our work. Now, this is where it's going to be a little bit different, okay? Because now we're on the back of this. Now we want it to give that waffle shape, so we're gonna have to do this in reverse. It might sound hard, but I promise you it's not. So instead of going into, we're gonna first do our double crochet into this first stitch. That's kind of your beginning. Now instead of going around the post here, if we did that, it wouldn't give you that waffle stitch that you're looking for. So we're going to go on to top of this one and do our double crochet. And then you see the 2 ones here in the stitch that we did below. That was the ones that we did in the normal stitch. We're going to go behind those 2. So you're going to go behind. And then we're going to go behind again. So again, you're doing it in reverse this time. So now you have the 2 stitches that from the previous row that were in the stitch are the ones that you're doing the post stitch to. And then the one that was the post stitch from the previous stitch is now the one you're going into that stitch on. So let's do that again. So here's the one from the one before, and you can tell there's a stitch that we should have went into, but we went around the post. So this time we're going to go into the top stitch. So we're going to be doing 1 double crochet there, and then for the 2 here, we're going to do around the post. So right behind it. So essentially you're just doing the complete opposite of what you were just doing. That might sound a little complicated, but I promise you it's not. Just do the opposite of what you did in the previous row, okay? And as you can see on the back here, you're already getting a little bit of a waffle texture as well. So we're gonna keep doing that till we get to the end. So we're going to, for the 2 that are raised up back here, we're going to make sure we go around those posts. And then we're going to crochet or single or double crochet into the post that was raised up from the front. Just like that. Okay. So go 1 crochet or 1 double crochet into this one here. And then the 2 that are raised up back here, you're going to go around those. Again, if you're confused, feel free to stop, rewind, slow down the video, because again, we work at our own pace, and that's okay. And then we're just going to crochet right to the top of this post here. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to go around these 2 posts that are raised up from the previous row. Sorry, my yarn is balling itself up. Just gonna go untangle that real quick. And then we're gonna double crochet into the stitch there. Just 1 time. Go around the post 2 times for the previous row. And then go to the top of the stitch on this one. Sorry, untangling my yarn. Go around. Go around. Because we want the front to have that waffle stitch, but also the back's going to have a little bit of a texture to it too. So we're going to go into that one, and then we're going to go to the thing of this one. So around the post, around the post, double crochet into the top of this one, and then we're going to double crochet into that last stitch as well. To end our row. And then of course you can chain 1 to move on to the next row. Now look at the front of your crochet project. It should look like this, and you can see the waffle starting to form. So you have the top of it from the row on top, and this is going, now you're going to repeat the first row you did with the waffle stitch up top here. So again, what I mean by that is now we're on the 3rd row. So you're going to double crochet into this first stitch. And we have this one here, which is the next stitch. We're going to go around the post. With our double crochet. And then we're going to do 2 regular stitches at the top of these 2 posts. So again, that first waffle stitch that we started at the the first row, we're going to be doing on the third row. So every other row is going to be the same. You're going to do the same thing for when you turn it around for row 4. So row 2, 4, 6, 8, and however many in the even numbers are going to be reversed. 1, 3, 5, 7 are going to be the forward directions, okay? Just like that. We're going to keep going with this row until we get to the end. It's a little complicated possibly when you first start, depending on how new you are to crocheting, but once you get the hang of it, it gets really easy and you can just sit back and do this without even thinking. So I'm going to get us to the end of this row. We're going to do one more row for the back, and then once we do that fourth row, I'm gonna let you go and you guys can show me what you worked on in my group. So I do have a Facebook group, Crafters Anonymous with Miss Coffee. Feel free to join. The link is in the bio. I'll make sure to push it to the top of the bio for this video so that it's a little bit easier to see. But feel free to join the group. It's a collective bunch of crafty folks, whether it be diamond painting, crochet, cross stitching, or whatever it might be. And you can tag me at Miss Coffee in the Facebook group to show me your waffle stitches. Hopefully everything turned out okay and this video wasn't too confusing for you. Do keep in mind that this stitch is worked in multiples of 3, and then you add 4 for your turns and stuff. And we're almost to the end of this row here. We're going to do this, this. We're going to go around that last post. Then we're going to do that double crochet at the top of the last post here, which is going to be our turn. And the reason why you have just regular double crochets on the end, because that's going to be the edging of your project so that you will keep it nice and straight. You're going to have that extra stitch on each side, which is why when you're supposed to have 24 stitches, you now have 26 after we did our chain, because then that's your turning rows. So these are your turning rows, and then your waffle stitch is going to be here in the center, okay? And then these should come out to 24 minus those two, which would be 26, 25 and 26. So let's do the back one more time, because that's the part that can be really, really confusing. So again, you're going to chain 1 once you get to the end, and then we're going to turn our work. Once you turn your work, we're going to double crochet into this first stitch. I don't know why I want to keep saying single crochet. And then we're going to double crochet into the next stitch as well, because again, that's the one that went around the post in the previous row. So now we're going to double crochet into that one for this row, for the even rows. And then we're going to go around the post 2 times for those parts that were on those stitch from the previous row. So we're going to go around the post for 1, around the post. So when I say around, that means not up top here, around the post for that second post. And then again, 1 double crochet here. And then we're going to go back around the post again. So we're going to yarn over, find our post. So not this stitch, but this one. We're going to go down and up. And then you just treat it like a normal double crochet. Same thing with the next one. And you're just going to repeat that the whole way across until you get to the end of this row. So go around those 2 posts there. Make sure you're only going around one of the posts so that you don't mess up your counting. And it should be hard to try to go over across any other post because literally that next post is the one that's sitting behind the stitch. So you can see the stitch right there. And then that's why you're supposed to go into that stitch up top here. And now we're going to go around. So down and up where the post is. Down, up. Double crochet. And then double crochet right into the stitch. Okay, go around the post 2 times. 1, not the same post, 1 post, 2 post. Then double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so this is your post, and then the top of it is the stitch. So this is the stitch with the V's. This is the post. So we're just going to make our way to the end of this piece. And don't worry if your yarn curls up or whatnot. That's normal. It will flatten itself out the more you do it. Also, make sure you're going into the correct stitches depending on the yarn you're using if it's harder to see the stitch or whatnot. Again, we all learn at our own pace, so feel free to stop, rewind, slow down the video if need be, so that you can make sure you're getting the hang of what I'm doing. And like I said before, I would love to see your project and how it came along, so feel free to tag me on Instagram at justmisscoffee or in my Facebook group at Miss Coffee over on Facebook, and show me what you got done through this tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful to you. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with in the different colorways of yarn, because that's always my favorite part. So again, there is your waffle stitch from the back, and you can already see that texture forming. It's a very quick workup for this pattern, and you can then see the stitch of the waffle for this pattern coming along as well. And again, it looks like a waffle, so how cool is that? Now, that is going to be it for me today. Hopefully that was something that was able to help you. And if it was, please feel free to give this video a thumbs up to let me know that I'm doing something right in the right direction here. So that is your waffle stitch. Thank you guys so much for coming over and visiting me here at the coffee house. It's always good to see you. We hope to see you again soon. But until next time, guys, stay safe and always remember to be kind to others, because you never know what somebody else is going through. Be courteous because it's the right thing to do, and always stay cool. And whether I see you in YouTube land or I see you on Twitch, either way, I'll see you when I see you. Bye, guys.